Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Rohia. Thank you so much for watching. On this channel, we tackle everything home decor, budget-friendly finds, and how to decorate our spaces with intention. So if that's what you're into, girl, then keep watching. Don't forget to like, comment down below, and also hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I post a video. Let's get into the video. Most people don't struggle with decorating because they lack ideas. They struggle because they don't know where to start. And when you don't have a starting point, everything ends up feeling unfinished or random. If you've ever looked around your place and thought, I don't even know where to start with this, that usually isn't a creativity problem, it's a direction problem. Because if you don't have a clear way of approaching the space, you start second guessing everything. You move things around, you add things, you remove things, but it still does not feel right. What made a huge difference for me is realizing that decorating isn't about doing everything. It's about knowing where to begin and building from there. Start with one area. One of the reasons decorating feels overwhelming is because you're thinking about your whole entire home all at once. Your living room, your bedroom, your kitchen, everything feels like it needs attention at the same time. And when everything feels important, nothing actually gets your attention. So instead of focusing on the whole space, it helps to narrow your focus. Just one area. This can be your couch, your bed, or even something as small as a coffee table. And what happens when you do that is that your brain starts to slow down. You're not trying to solve everything, you're just figuring one thing out. And once one area feels right, it becomes easier to move to the next without feeling overwhelmed. Work with what you already have. A lot of people feel like they need to start over to make their space feel better, like they need new furniture, new decor, a full reset. But most of the time, that's not even needed. What usually needs to change is not what you have, it's how you're using it. If you look at your space right now, you probably have pieces that work. They might just not be styled in a way that feels intentional yet. So instead of asking, what do I need to buy? It helps to ask, how can I use what I already have? That shift alone can save you a lot of time, money, and frustration. Placement is everything. This is one of the biggest things people overlook. How things are placed matters just as much as what you have. You can have beautiful pieces, but if they feel disconnected or randomly placed, your space just won't feel right. And this is where people usually get stuck because they keep adding more, thinking that's the solution, when in reality, it's just about adjusting what's already there. When things feel grouped, balanced, and just a little bit more intentional, everything starts to make more sense visually. And that's what makes a space feel put together. Layering takes time. Layering is what gives your space that cozy, finished, lived-in feeling, but it's not something that happens all at once. And when you try to force it, it can start to feel like too much. So instead of trying to get everything perfect right away, it helps to build your space slowly. Add a few things, step back and see how it feels, and then adjust from there. This process is what makes your space feel natural instead of staged. Know when to stop. This is probably one of the hardest parts because it's always easy to feel like you can keep going, like there's always something else you can add. But there's a point where more stops making things better, and you can usually feel it. When nothing is really standing out anymore or the space feels really crowded, that's usually your sign to pause. Sometimes what makes the space feel complete is leaving it alone. So if you're starting from scratch and feeling stuck, it really comes down to simplifying the process. Focus on one area, work with what you already have, pay attention to how things are placed, build your space slowly, and know when to stop. Decorating isn't about getting everything perfect. It's about creating a space that feels right to you. And that usually happens one small decision at a time. Well, that is all I have for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to like, comment down below, subscribe, also hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I post a video. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.